When I tell y'all halfways hit the black community like crack, when I tell you this is the perfect everyday staple hairstyle, it gives grown women on the go. Is this her real hair? I'm telling y'all need to invest. Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. I don't know if y'all remember, but about a year ago, I posted a video about why I stopped wearing wigs. I spoke about how I'm stepping into womanhood and I wanted to embrace my natural beauty, accentuate things that were already there instead of forming them completely from new. I wanted to take care of my natural hair better. I really wanted to form a strong attachment and bond with womanhood and what femininity looks like for me. Now with that, hair was a big part. For Black women, our hair can either be our greatest achievement or the thing that we hate about ourselves the most. And I had discovered that after years of wearing strictly wigs, it did not resonate with me anymore. I felt like I was hiding. It was way too much maintenance for not that good of a look or long of a look. And I wanted to discover what my hair journey could look like without wigs. So I started trying out different styles. I did some natural hairstyles, some crochet hairstyles. I started getting into clip-ins and I eventually landed on a half wig. Now, my first half wig, oh, she ate. Baby, she was it. I got this curly half wig that I kept in for, I'm gonna say about a year. She has been through hell and back, color, non-color, but I wanted to switch it up. So a couple months ago, I decided to buy this straight V-part wig and it has changed my life. This is a kinky texture, so it's meant to blend in to my natural hair whenever it's blown out or straight, and I think you can say it does. I feel like the biggest pro of this hairstyle is that it's very manageable. It does not take that much prep each day if you take care of it, wrap it up correctly, and it also gives a very effortless, polished look. Now you can play with this, you can get you a side part, you could do half up, half down. It doesn't have to be as stationary as I've kept it the past couple months, but I think I found my lane. Between this V part and the curly V part, half wigs, there's no limit to how I can look. Now I can show you better than I can tell you because we are about to go through a full revamp. My hair did not look like this a couple days ago, and I'm going to show you the process of how I maintain this hairstyle, how I keep it effortless, how I keep it looking like that girl. So I know the biggest downfall to V-part wigs and sew-ins for women is their leave out. I will say, I think it's very important to take care of your leave out, especially if you're gonna go for more of a straight look. I aim to only apply heat to my leave out twice a month max. Even in the in-between when it needs a little touch up, I try not to do heat. Now, if it's absolutely necessary, I will, but with the routine that I've started doing to specifically take care of my leave out, I find myself not having to do that as much. So I usually try to wash at most once a week. I strive for twice a month, every 2 weeks, but once a week at most. Lately, I've been able to stretch it out to 2 or even 3 weeks, which this last wash day was after 3 weeks. And you see, it still looks tea. So for this wash day, I'm not gonna be completely taking down the foundation of the hairstyle. Under this V part, I flat twist my hair. I find that braids are a little harsh on my hair. I think I have finer textured hair, especially whenever it's blown out. I do stretch out my hair every wash day. So flat twists have been my saving grace, but we are gonna leave that intact for today. The key to keeping your hair healthy is knowing what you are capable of that day. If I know I need to wash my hair, but I don't have it in me to go through a full wash day, natural hair, V-part, sewing it back on, everything, I'm not going to, because the more gentle you are with your hair, the better that you will be able to maintain it yourself realistically. So for this wash day, I definitely needed to wash the V-part and wash my hair. They needed a revamp. So I'm just going to wash my leave out and wash the wig itself. I leave out my middle part and I flat twist the sides to their respective sides, and I twist the back straight back. This gives it a very flat foundation as well. So talking about the products that I use for my leave out, I bought this Olaplex mini set. It has this hair perfector, a shampoo, a conditioner, and some leave-in products. Natural hair products, I find, tend to focus more on moisturizing, hydration, all of which are good things. But I believe when you are implementing heat into your routine, you need to get those bond builders, those strengtheners, products that you typically do find advertised to women with straighter hair. My goal in using these products is to maintain the integrity of my hair. I do understand that with putting heat in my hair, it is going to do some kind of damage, I'm assuming, but I want to keep it as minimal as possible. I will say I am okay with this small sliver of my hair possibly being damaged if it means the whole rest of my head is okay, because everything else under this V-part wig is washed, deep conditioned, moisturized, and left alone. I just don't think anybody's gonna notice this little part. Regardless, these are the steps that I take to take care of my leave out. As far as the V-part wig itself, I just go in with this standard Aussie shampoo that I've had for years. It lasts forever, and I wash it. Now, this is the first wash day I deep conditioned this V-part wig. Y'all, I don't know why I've been waiting. It made such a difference. It was so much easier to comb through, so much easier to blow dry, detangle, and the results afterwards still left my hair really flowy. That's always my concern with putting products on the V-part wig, is that I don't want it to be weighed down. I want it to have movement. The deep conditioner did nothing but help. I follow the steps for the Olaplex mini kit. Put in that hair perfector. You let it sit as long as you can, as long as you have time for it. I think of it as a deep conditioner. While I do that, I go into the V-part wig. I detangle it, I get it wet, I'll wash it, I'll wash the hair perfector out. Then I'm gonna go in with my leave out. Like I said, I'm going to wash it with the Olaplex shampoo, but I also use my natural hair shampoos too, just to get that extra cleaning and moisturizer in. Deep condition, let that all sit and marinate. After everything is washed out, I do go in with my leave-in products. Now, I try not to make the leave-in products for my leave out too heavy, because like I said, I do still want movement, but at the end of the day, I need moisture in my hair. I'm not gonna fry my hair and leave it brittle for 2 weeks. I do go in with moisturizing products. I do want to have a discussion about what this hairstyle means for me and what it can mean for you, because as I spoke about in my video a year ago, finding a hairstyle as a Black woman can be so hard. I have seen some women wear elegant looking natural hairstyles and it still screams woman, mature, polished, put together. I am not defaulting to the natural hair is childish looking mentality as much now, but still I have not found a natural hairstyle that I feel resonates with me. I feel like part of womanhood is having a staple look. What I see portrayed most is getting your hair done often, switching up the style, switching up the look, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I find that I want a hairstyle that I can default to, that is going to give me the look I want, not be damaging to my hair, and not have a crazy, meticulous, and specific maintenance process. I found that with wigs, I was starting to not recognize myself, because I'm deciding where my hairline is, how thick it is, the part. I just was losing sight of what I actually looked like. And I also felt like the maintenance process was so much and it did not yield me the results that I wanted to regularly. Of course, I'm gonna still switch it up. I'm gonna get braids sometimes. I'm not gonna say I'll never get a wig again. Womanhood for me is finding that signature style or set of styles that feel true to me. Health-wise, I feel like this is one of the best things that I've done for my hair. I'm able to leave 98% of my hair alone, and I'm still taking the efforts to maintain this part of my hair. I'm still trimming it, I'm still moisturizing it, and I'm being very conscious about the heat that I apply. Another thing that I've done to make this hairstyle healthier for me, I took out the clips. This initially came with clip-ins. That way you could take this off every day. Initially, I liked the option to have access to my scalp to moisturize it, wash it, and twist if I needed to, but I did find that those clips hurt. At the end of every day, I would take it out. Sometimes there would be hair in it. So I removed the clips and I sew it in now. And I feel like that has been a better option for me. Less strain on my hair. Whenever I have to comb my hair or put it in a ponytail, the clips would allow you to feel the tension from that. When I sew it in, I feel nothing. And I also have a net over my hair to disperse the weight distribution a little bit more so it's not all being taken on by my flat twist. Y'all, as a Black woman, this hairstyle kind of makes me emotional. It has saved me so much stress. It's a very affordable option. Hair is just such a big deal in our community. Feeling confident should not be low on the totem pole for a hairstyle. And I also feel like the health of that hairstyle also shouldn't be low. This is a perfect medium. Now this one is straight. I had a curly one too. That I had even less leave out and it was so undetectable. Obviously, the closer to your hair texture you get, the easier the blend and the less you'll have to do each day to maintain it. Even when I got Burmese curly, all I had to do was put gel on my hair, slick it back a little bit, and it was fine. I find that with hairstyles like these, you don't have to be so precise. Messy, kind of convoluted, you can't really tell what's going on, looks the best. I think with that curly V-part wig, I got the most compliments. A lot of "is that your real hair" allegations. It felt really good to have such a low maintenance, healthy hairstyle that still made you feel confident. As far as maintenance and upkeep, I find that if you tie it up every night, all you have to do is wake up and go. If I have the curls in my hair, I will put in some rollers. If it's straight, I'll tie a scarf down, put a bonnet on, wake up the next day, very low maintenance. For my leave out, I found if I put my hair up in rollers, it makes my hair last longer. One thing about Black women and our hairstyles, we like flat. We like to be slicked down, middle part bust down. We want it as flat as possible. So I've heard from TikTok, white women like volume. They like their hair to be up a little bit. Y'all, the key is to have a little bit of volume. What happens for me, at least, whenever I sweat or get in the shower, it starts from your skin. And this whole part right here will get humid and wet and steamy. If your hair is slicked down, any hair along the length that's touching is going to curl up. But if you keep it up, if you set your hair up, put rollers up, the only part that's gonna revert is gonna be the very roots. And that honestly makes the hairstyle look more natural because you have this tiny bit of natural looking root while the rest is blended into the hair. So I put my rollers in, I put them up, the hair is still maintained. As long as you're doing your due diligence each night, you will be fine. Now, my experience with this specific brand of hair has been pretty good. I wear my wigs down. This hair has gotten more tangly since I first bought it. When I first bought it, it was so loose. I don't know if that makes sense. And as I've worn it longer, it tangles more often. I find that with extended wear, you just have to wash them more. If I wash my hair once a week, put a little conditioner in it, it'll be fine. But if I start going on into 2-3 weeks, it'll still look fine, but it'll tangle, especially in the back right here. That's why I keep reaching back here. Like this back becomes a little bee's nest. I don't know what it is. Even after recently styling it, like within an hour or two, sometimes this back likes to get a little bundled. That's why you want to make sure you're staying on top of keeping your hair washed and things of that sort. But all in all, y'all, I've had a very favorable experience with V-part and half wigs. I think this is my new thing. I find that for the price point, for how manageable it is, how healthy it keeps my hair, I have not found a better option. Most people ask if it's my real hair. If you're asking me in real life if this is my real hair, that shows you how good of a blend it is. She does the job. She makes me feel confident. I am so happy, and it's also getting me closer to my actual hair growth goals, and it still makes me feel like me. I still have my hairline. I see where my forehead is. It gets me in tune with what my face looks like. It's just a confidence booster. Very versatile. As you can see, this is crimped, but I wear it straight. I'll curl it. It looks fine in a ponytail as well. I wear it in a ponytail at work. It's just that girl. And I got inspired to make this video because of a comment that somebody had left on my last video, I believe, or 2 videos ago, asking about the hair details. And I was like, girl, I'm gonna make a whole video explaining it. It made me go back to whenever I made that video about why I don't wear wigs anymore and how I was on the search for a perfect hairstyle. And it's just full circle to see how something that used to be a big stressor in my life, I'm getting on the other side of, and I'm exploring more options to do with my hair. And I'm still in search of some versatility, different patterns, different textures, side parts, all that, like I said. Thank you guys for coming on a hair revamp, rewash day with me. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all the little YouTuber things, and I will see y'all in my next video.